What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Josh, back with another video. And if you guys are new to the channel and you're not subscribed, please go down and smash that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. And my client today is getting ready for his marriage this weekend. Congrats to him. You know he came to the right place. We're gonna get him crispy so he can be looking good on that special day. So we're going to comb the hair out to lift it up from the scalp and locate the growth pattern before we knock the bulk down. So for this cut, I'm going to be knocking it down to a 1 guard with the lever all the way open, going with the grain. And like I said, when we combed the hair out, we wanted to lift it up off the skin and we wanted to find the growth pattern because we wanted to make sure that we don't have any cowlicks and that we cut the hair in the same direction that it's growing so we don't gap him or, have any mess ups. And as you guys can see, this made his waves pop. And I think this was the perfect height. And usually when I'm knocking down bulk, I go over it multiple times to make sure that I have all the hair knocked down and I don't have any like dark patches or anything like that. So right after we're done knocking down the bulk, I'm going to start by setting in our first guideline, which is our bald line, using my Babyliss Low Pro FX with the gold blade on it. I'm setting in our bald line. And like I said, we're going to be giving him like a high fade, but I don't want it too high, so I'm not taking it too high above the occipital bone. So right after setting in our guideline, I'm going to come back with my trimmers and just soften up the guideline that we made. When I soften it up, I mean come back and make the line less sharp. You don't want your bald line as sharp as like you're doing a hairline. So you have to flip the trimmers upside down, opposite way that you set it in, and hit the bottom of the line, and it's going to make it softer. So when we come in and create our next guideline, taking out this guideline won't be as hard because the guideline won't be as harsh. So going in with my caliber BMG 50 cals, I'm going in and setting in our next guideline, which is the no guard with the lever all the way open, and I'm going up about a ½ inch. So it's very important when setting in your guidelines that you make the width the same all the way around the head. So when you're looking at your client head on, you should be able to see the lines level up with each other. That lets you know that your fade is balanced on both sides and that the width is the same. So right after setting in the guideline, I close the lever all the way and I just hit the bottom of the line. I do this to soften it up, and then I come back with the lever like halfway closed, and that usually blends it out right away. Like I said, on this clipper it has like notches for the lever. So once you get the blade set right and you learn your notches, the system, it just works immaculately no matter the haircut. So for the next guideline, I'm going to go in with the number 1 guard on with the lever all the way closed. And I know a lot of people ask me why sometimes I go in with the lever open or I go in with the lever closed when I use the number 1 guard. It depends on the hair texture. His hair is really thick and it's like high density. So a lot of times when I have clients with thick hair, when I go in with the lever open, it kind of like doesn't clear the area like I really want it to. It's not super accurate and you have to work super hard. So usually I just go in with the lever all the way closed because it works easier for me on certain textures. As y'all can see, we got that guideline in smooth. Right here we're coming behind that number 1 guard closed with a half guard, starting right up under the guideline, flicking up, and as you guys will see, it's going to blend it right out. This fade is, it's coming out crazy. I can't wait for you guys to see the ending product, especially with that line on there. This fade came out crazy, man. So for the rest of the haircut, I'm going to be fading down, starting with my number 2 guard with the lever all the way closed, and we're just going to fade right up into the bulk, into that 1 guard with the all the way open with the grain. The number 2 guard closed fades right into that 1 guard open with the grain perfectly for me, especially on his texture of hair. So it was the perfect way to start off my fading down process. So right after going in with the number 2 guard, fading down, I came back with my 1.5 guard with the lever all the way closed. I'm gonna go up right into that number 2 guard area, but I'm gonna go like halfway into it. Whenever you're fading down, when you come back with a smaller guard, you don't go up as high as you did with the previous guard, because that'll defeat the purpose of fading down, and you'll kind of mess up the transition, because a transition is going from long to short, or if you look at it the opposite way, short to long. So you want to keep that transition. Once you see that guideline start to fade away, that lets you know that you're doing what you're supposed to do in the fade, and you can move down to the next step. Right after going in with that 1.5 guard, I came back with that 1 guard with the lever all the way open, and I'm just fading right into that area. If you guys remember, before we did the fading down process, I started with the 1 guard with the lever all the way closed. So fading down from a 2 to a 1.5, now to the 1 guard open, that's the middle point between that 1 guard closed and that 1.5 area. So right here is when the fade really starts to come together, and as you guys can see, that line is mostly gone. So for the rest of this fade, I'm going to be doing some detail work. You guys, when I'm doing detail work, I just don't pick up any guard or go to any area of the haircut. You have to know where you are in the haircut and why you're doing certain things. So right here, mainly I was using that 1 guard because I'm in the area where that 1 guard and that 1 guard open kind of had some difficulty blending into each other. So that's why I use that particularly for that part. Right here, I'm doing my corner blending technique. This right here gets out those dark areas that my guard couldn't get. And this right here is more riskier, but once you learn how to do it, it makes sense, and you can get real detail and intricate with detailing your fades. So right here, I'm going to show you guys how I blend the beard into the fade. It's the exact same steps as when I'm doing the haircut, but it's the opposite. So I'm actually fading down, but I'm actually going up with it, if you guys understand what I'm saying. So I find the highest point of the beard where I can start off at, and I just fade up from there. And I go to shorter guard to shorter guard to shorter guard until it's all the way blended. As you guys can see, I went from the 2 to the 1.5 to the 1 guard open, 1 guard closed. Then I'm going to come in with that half guard, and then it's going to be blended. So right here, we're going to be prepping the hairline, putting on some holding spray. Then I'm going to come back with the blow dryer to lock it in to get the hair to lay down. And right here is the best part, man. We're going in with my Babyliss Low Pro FX trimmers with that DLC graphite blade. I don't have the gold blade on this time. And as you guys can see, we putting that crispy line on them. Y'all already know how we do it over here. It's making that fade pop like crazy. But I'm going to sit back and let you guys see this thing come to life. So now we're going to jump right into lining up the beard. This is one of my favorite parts too, because it goes hand in hand with the hairline, especially when somebody has a dope beard. It just like sets it off all the way, because the lines on the beard are just as sharp as the lines on the hairline. And as you guys can see, it just brings it all together, makes it super uniform, especially when you get that beard lined up good. Y'all see it, man. We left it all natural, no enhancements. But you know, I had to hop in with that razor and get it super detailed how I like it to get those lines real precise. And y'all, if you guys aren't using a razor yet, don't be afraid of it. All you're doing is gliding it across the skin. And you want to make sure that you stretch the skin with it. As you guys can see, my thumb is always stretching the skin when I'm doing it. It makes it a lot easier. You just have to find that perfect spot. Y'all see how my dog came in. He said he was getting married, so I had to get in my bag. But y'all know how we do it. Check him out. Y'all already know he came to the right place, and I had to get my guy right. Let me know what you guys think about this haircut in the comments. Make sure you guys leave a thumbs up on this video. And if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure you guys go down and smash that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on so you don't miss the next video. It's your boy Josh. You guys can follow me on Instagram at JoshXBarber. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.